Now, this is a good example of evolution, because there's no way you could have told me this back in the day when I was just in Brazil and India and Thailand and Bali and just soaking up female attraction and tension. If somebody would have said, you know what, bro, you're going to get tired of that at some point, I'd been like, okay, yeah, whatever. But inside, I'm like, how? Because it just felt so intoxicating. The dopamine release that I'd get from my brain, man, was, I wasn't doing street drugs and stuff, but I'll tell you, I was high off this dopamine more than your average, addict, stereotypical addict, because I was getting hits. I'm talking about all day, all night. Like if I didn't have to sleep, and sometimes I didn't, because at night you really get the hits. Yeah, I just lived off dopamine. That's why I didn't have to sleep a lot sometimes. I was just eating dopamine. So it's definitely, though, in everyone's evolutionary journey, if the desire is there to really want to be free. If your desire is to be free, then it will be your destiny that this obsession with female attraction will be transcended. And here's how it looks on the other side. See, I'm aware of both sides. I know the hungry female attention-seeking addict, and I also know the other side. The other side is this. It's like, let's say, if a girl looks at me today and it's clear that she's attracted to more on physical level, that's where the attraction is in her, it's coming from. Of course, even that superficial, because as I've shared before, they a lot of them, man, it's deep. Like, where do we start? Like, she may actually think, I'm going to get to my point, but I somehow feel I need to talk on this for a second too, because it's coming, because she may actually even think this is how deep these software programs are, and we don't even know it. This is how, like, everyone's lying to each other, and we don't even know it because we believe ourselves. We're not aware of who we are beyond the software programs. That's why you got to see my other channel, Spiritual Renaissance. I get into that if it's time for that. She'll look at me, let's say, and she'll think, well, I'm just attracted to him, like physically, like that's why I'm looking. But really, the deeper agenda is, yeah, she appreciates the physical attraction, but then there's always a deeper agenda usually that has to do with security and stuff like that. But yeah, she'll take the bonus if she's with a guy that looks good, sure. So let's keep things simple so we can understand. Don't get lost into stuff. Let's say it is pure. She's attracted to you because you're physically attractive. That's the predominant factor. That's why she's attracted to you, is because of physicality. Your hair color, maybe your eyes, your build, what she thinks you're packing downstairs, all that. Let's say she's attracted to that. I don't have the ego play anymore that gets a hit from that. This is my point. It's not there. I can't find it. I just don't have it. It's gone. It disappeared. And I can tell you my life is much less stressful because of that disappearance of this need for female attraction. I can go out in public today. I'm not looking for it. Not only am I not looking for it, I'm trying to, I stay clear from it. I'm in Ecuador, and sometimes I'm walking back, and you got the high school or college girls. I don't even know the difference anymore. Like, just everybody looks the same. It's hot sometimes in Ecuador. I know you usually see me with the jacket because I make these videos in the morning. But in the day it gets hot. I go to the river in nature, and I don't wear a shirt a lot because it's hot. Why should I? So sometimes I'm walking back, and then the school has gotten out at a similar time I'm walking back. I hear them behind me, they're doing their that, they like to laugh especially when they're with their friends. Then they're more confident. I used to like to when I was seeking female attraction, I'd want to walk by a group of girls because they're more confident, and so they can give it up better. They can play and flirt. When they're alone, they got to be a little more careful, So I'll hear them behind me doing that. And you know what, man? I'm telling you, it's like something's like, I'm not uncomfortable. I mean, it's cool, whatever. But it's like there's nothing there to respond to that. That stuff doesn't land anywhere, And, it's like, now, if they're younger and they're doing that, it's somehow more acceptable. It's like, okay, cool. Like, it's somehow, yeah, it's cute or something. But now when they're older, like older women that do that, like, I don't know, what's older anyway. But let's say late 20s, 30s, something. Older, even older than that's worse. But if they're still playing that game, I guess you get that at a bar or something. God, have I ever been to a bar in my life? I just never liked bars. Smell, the vibration. I never liked to drink. I used to like to smoke weed, but then I quit that at 15 and a half. So I skipped like this whole stage that a lot of people go through. But when an older woman like tries to play that game, like the high schoolers, when they do the older women, if they do that, it's even worse. It's like I automatically I feel a sense of, not sadness, maybe a slight sadness for her, but compassion more, because I know that world really, really good. And it's just a hellish, miserable world to live in. And if you're doing that stuff, that's the world you're living in. And I know what's coming. You see, I can see a little further down where she's going to bottom out with that. There's going to be some kind of bottom. But at that point, it's good. Then I can go from feeling a little sad to feeling grateful when I think about that, because then a transformation is going to happen. It's going to be probably some pain and suffering, but then she's going to start to transcend. We can't transcend this stuff without suffering it. You just can't. It's like if I was younger, hearing my self-talk now when I was deep into female attraction obsession, and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense, because there was some mental capacity here to understand things. But I would know I wasn't there, and I would accept that. I'd be like, yeah, maybe someday, But right now, it was so alive, this need for female attention. You can say it's okay. There was a deficit of female energy growing up because of my mom and blah blah blah. But it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, I had strong desire for female attraction. So how do you transcend that? If you really wanted, how do you accelerate the evolution? Videos like this. Don't watch the videos that tell you how much you're going to get it. There has to be some inner passion. It's grace. Grace puts this inner passion in us to transcend these things that are keeping us small and limited. Also, there has to be a certain amount of experience so that we get satiated with this stuff, so we know what we're transcending. And so then we know, we don't think we're missing something, because then we can reflect back and say, oh yeah, but like, how many times have I done this? Got attention from a girl, got the dopamine hit, lost the dopamine feeling, then had to get the next girl, on and on and on. So one has to taste that a lot, or to a sufficient degree. I don't know, it's different for everybody. Be conscious when you're doing it. When you're playing this game with yourself, feel how it feels when you're acting like from a smaller part of yourself. See how that feels. Feel it. All right? If you feel stupid or whatever, you can still do it, but just feel it. Then feel how it feels to get the dopamine hit when she looks at you. Feel that. Be conscious. Consciousness transcends. That's the fastest way to transcend something. It doesn't work if somebody says, oh, you stupid, why do you keep doing that? You're being it doesn't do anything. You need to transcend in your own self. There has to be something deeper in your being that just wants to stop doing this. It can't be from your mind. You can't just think, oh yeah, it's a good idea, this makes sense. It can start there, but it's got to go deeper. Your whole being has to just be ready, like, I'm done, I'm sick of myself, I'm not doing it anymore. Has to be like that. And then still you might relapse, but it doesn't matter. You're on your way. Those days are gone now of being small. All right? Hope that helped you. See you.